everyone, welcome to our live stream. This is Louis from Western China. I'm so happy you're here with me today. Whether you're here from US, Europe, Mexico, South America, Southeast Asia, or anywhere else around the world, I'm so happy you're here with me today. Thank you for tuning in, my friend. This channel is dedicated to sharing you the spiritual wisdom and human warmth found in the words of Chinese author Xuemo. So no matter where you're joined from, I hope you can feel a sense of peace, inspiration, and connection in this little corner of internet. Xuemo is one of the most prolific and inspiring authors from Western China. Xuemo is one of the most prolific. Okay, so hi, you're welcome in. Okay, today I'm going to sharing you one of the most powerful books written by Chinese author Xuemo, Reclaim the Throne of Your Heart, written by Chinese author Xuemo. So this channel is dedicated to sharing you the spiritual wisdom and human warmth found in the words of Chinese author Xuemo. No matter where you are joined from, I hope you can feel a sense of peace, inspiration, and connection in this little corner of internet. Xuemo is one of the most prolific and inspiring authors from Western China, and his stories bridge Eastern wisdom and universal human emotions, offering readers around the world deep insight and timeless inspiration. So if you love meaningful stories, profound thoughts, and beautifully written books, you're absolutely in the right place. Reading is not only about getting knowledge, it's a way to nourish the show, to remember who we are, and to discover peace and clarity. So don't just scroll past, my friend. Hit the follow button and subscribe our channel and stay with us. We go live different times every day, bringing you fun stories, inspiring talks, and good vibes. This is a space full of warmth, positivity, and love. So make yourself at home right here. Today, I'm going to share you a book that changed a lot of people's destiny. This book is one of the collection of the essays of the and reflections by writer Xuemo. With a unique perspective, and insight, the author Xuemo gently remind modern readers to maintain inner calm and to say farewell to the restless, anxious state of the mind and to listen deeply to the voice of the soul's wisdom. The book is written in a simple, clear, and heartfelt languages. The book speaks directly to the heart. It inspires today's busy people. It inspires today's busy people to draw wisdom and reflection from everyday life, so that they may cultivate a heart that truly belongs to themselves. Hi, viewer, if you're new here, don't forget to subscribe our channel. Yeah, Reclaim the Throne of Your Heart is a book that teaches how one can truly allow the heart to return to its rightful owner, oneself. Those who have read Mr. Sherman's book, The Lumina Muhammadja, Sudden Enlightenment, and The Lumina Muhammadja, The Essence of Mind Training, may understand that all spiritual cultivation can be summarized in three questions. How do we recognize the true heart? And how do we abiding in the true heart? And how do we skillfully apply the true heart? These three questions also deeply reflect through this book. In ancient times, practitioners often used the metaphor of herding an ox to describe their journey of cultivation. The classic 10 ox herding picture vividly illustrated the state of the taming the heart. The inner ox, the mind, our mind, is unruly at first, frequently causing troubles, yet through the skillful guidance of the herdsman, it slowly becomes gentle and obedient, eventually merging into honest. Okay, so that is the book, Reclaim the Throne of Your Heart, written by Chinese author Xuemo. So, Reclaim the Throne of Your Heart is a collection of contemporary Chinese essays written by the author Xuemo. And the book is structured into 4 parts plus an appendix focusing on the spiritual dilemmas of modern people, drawing on the author's 20 years experience in practicing Muhammadja yoga. And the book explores the themes such as impermanence, the essence of life, and bondages by desires, and propose a path to spiritual liberation through the practice of renunciation. Yeah, and also the book is written in a simple and easy to understand style. The book was written in a easy and easy to understand style. And then the work explains the subjects of spiritual autonomy by integrating the author's life wisdom, including a modern interpretation of Buddhist view that attachment is the cause of bondage to freedom. Mr. Xuemo is a renowned spiritual writer and realized being, and this book is a spiritual cultivation work written by Xuemo through concise and plain languages. Based on his years observing life, based on of his years of observing life, reflecting on existence, and awakening to the inner self, reflecting on existence and awakening to the inner self, the practice taught in this book. The practice taught in this book can transform people's mind, their actions, and further change their destiny. For readers pursuing a deeper meaning in life, this book offers comprehensive philosophical wisdom and is truly a book for modern people. This book is the second collection of the spiritual essays specially written for modern peoples by the renowned spiritual writer and realized being Xuemo. So you can take the book from Amazon, my friend. You can take the book from Amazon, okay? On Amazon, you can get the Kindle version and the printed version on Amazon, my friend. Yeah. So with sharp insight, Mr. Xuemo observed that the mind of modern people fluctuates violently according to the values of the times, and are even swept away by the harmful popular idea and preference. Based on this, drawing from Mr. Xuemo's 20 years of closed-door Mahamudra yoga practice and the wisdom gained from life, Mr. Xuemo tells us how to say goodbye to an anxious mind and how to truly own a heart that belongs to ourselves. And this book is profound yet simple, directed to the heart, characterized by simplicity, purity, and authenticity. It is essential reading for modern life and spiritual practice. Reading this book will provide a reference for our busy modern life, offer a little inspiration, and reveal another possibility. Hi, viewer. Reading this book will provide a reference for our busy modern life, offer a little inspiration, and reveal another possibility of awakening. The wisdom of the renowned spiritual writer Xuemo is a gift for all those who feel lost. Reclaim the throne of your heart means hi. Jasmine, nice to meet you. Hi. Yeah, Jasmine, nice to meet you. Hi. Yeah. Okay, work. Jasmine the Queen, nice to meet you. Hello, yeah, this is Louis from Western China. If you're new here, don't forget to subscribe our channel. Today, I'm going to sharing you one of the book that can change your destiny. Yeah, I'm great. Hi. How about you, my friend Jasmine? How's anything? And where are you from, Jasmine? So, yeah, cool. Yeah, it's so cool. Yeah, it's so cool today, Jasmine. Jasmine the Queen. Yeah. Yeah, now it's about the autumn now. Now I was live in Western China, Liangzhou. Okay, Liangzhou is so it means cool. Yeah, and then yeah. Okay, Jasmine, where are you from, my friend? Where are you from, and how's everything? So let's continue to talk about the book. Okay, this book many reader has transformed their destiny through this book. And reclaim the throne of the heart means possessing a mind that can be autonomous. Yeah. Also, most of the readers after encountering Xuemo's work. Okay, that's great. That's great. I'm so happy to hear that, my friend. Okay, Jasmine, have you ever read a book that was written by our author Xuemo? You know that the background behind me, this gentleman has written more than 80 titles with over 300 yeah, Okay, that's so great. That's so great. Okay, so let's continue to talk about the book. Okay, which book have you been reading? Have you ever read this book, Reclaim the Throne of Your Heart? Yeah, that is the new release of the English editions was books was written by Chinese author Xuemo, and this book was translated by Dr. Yoteshwar Kumar, the professor of Basel University from UK. Hi, would you like to drink some water? So many people have transformed their destiny through this book. Most of them, after encountering Mr. Sherman's work, first changed their mind and thus evaluated their destiny. So a person's state of the mind determines their destiny. When you let go of all attachment, not even a diamond can destroy your peace of mind. Only then does your heart truly belong to yourself. Yeah. So when you reclaim the throne of your heart, you have to keep walking. You have to keep walking. Okay? And keep walking to rewrite your destiny. Yeah. So I'd like to sharing you the most powerful life rules that has completely changed Mr. Sherman's life in this book. Mr. Sherman said, I've always believed this, a genius is never someone born extraordinary. A junior is simply a person who keep walking, yeah, who keep walking steadily and relentlessly towards one clear goal. The Thailand's, okay, the Thailand's can give you a higher starting point, but only persistence can take you to finish to the finish line. Many people admire genius, but few of people understand that all lasting success come come from long-term and unremitted dedications. Okay, here is the simple rules. Miss Shamasada, here is the simple rule I've revived. Lock and your target, lock and your target. Finish all your daily tasks earnestly. Not shortcuts, not slack. Then let go of unnecessary desires and overthinking. And sleep with a grateful mind. And sleep with a grateful mind. Yeah, you have this book. That's so great, Jasmine. Okay, how many times have you been read for this book, the Reclaim the Throne of Your Heart? 12. Okay, that's great. That's great. Jasmine. Okay, that's so great. Okay, so I read a lot of Mr. Sherman's book. But the new release of our author Sherman's book I didn't read. For example, The Dance of Yin Yang, and then also okay, and also the koala needs love, and just something like that. Mother Star. I didn't read that book, but the old book I read for many times, especially for the this book, Beyond Beyond Emptiness. So I have read this book for 8 times. Read this book for 8 times. Okay, Jasmine, if you're new here, don't forget to subscribe my channel, my friend. Yeah, let's continue to talk about the book. Okay, most people fall in love not because they lack of abilities, but because they lack of consistently. Yeah, you're welcome, my friend. Yeah, they have dream, but they indulge in comfort. They have goal, but they cannot resist insistent pleasure. They overthink every night. They overthink every night, but they waste every single day. So I'm going to share you one of Mr. Sherman's friend. Mr. Sherman's friend, one of our author Sherman's friend is a very Thailand writer. Okay, he was famous. He got his infant earlier than Mr. Xuemo. Yeah, he got his fan earlier than Mr. Xuemo, and a lot of newspaper published his essays. And then many years later, our author Xuemo has been written more than 80 titles with over 300 editions and translated into more than 20 languages. And that friends, that friends of our author Xuemo, okay, and he only getting older, and he said that he fell in love with three ladies. He fell in love with three ladies, and after more than 40 years later, okay, he just become a normal people, not a writer anymore. Yeah. So that is the that is our author Xuemo friend. That's the what made the difference of our author Xuemo and his friends. Over the years, Mr. Xuemo said that Mr. Xuemo has met so many people who are far more talented than him. Honestly, if they stay consistent and keep working hard, they will have easily unturned Xuemo. Beautiful? I don't know that was the beautiful. Yeah, that is a beautiful. Yeah. We're talking about the consistent is so important in our life. Okay, so honestly, if they stay consistent and keep working hard, they will have easily unturned Mr. Xuemo. But look what happens many years later, a lot of people stay stuck in the same place, and the only thing that changed was their age. Yeah, Mrs. Schumer has also grown older too. Yeah, just like them. But hi, called by Sharma. How is the video now? How is the video now, my friend? Today I use the new phone. I use the new phone for the live sessions code by Sharma, my friend. Hi, welcome. Okay, welcome to my live sessions, my friend. Okay, code. So let's continue to talk about the book of the Reclaim the Throne of Your Heart, written by Chinese author Xuemo, translated by Dr. Yotas Wakuma. Yeah. So, oh, I'm playing loudspeaker. Don't talk. Yeah. Okay. Want me to keep silent? Okay. Yeah, is that okay now, Code? Is okay now? Okay, see you, Code. See you. Have a nice day, my friend. Have a nice day. So let's continue to talk about the story, okay? Mr. Schumer also grew older too, just like them. But our author Schumer has completely rewritten his destiny. Do you know the only difference between them? That is our author Schumer keep moving forward step by step towards his goal. And after decades of persistent effort, Mr. Shermer has published 80 editions of the books and become a better version of himself. Yeah. So let's today I want to talk about Mr. Shermer's real decades of learning journey of our author Shermer, my friend. From 1988 to 2008, Mr. Shermer from 28 to 46. Okay, Mr. Shermer spent a full 20 years creating Mr. Shermer's literary works, The Desert Challenges. The Desert Challenges. Those 2 decades were the loneliness and the pains and the most tempering years of his life, Mr. Shermer said. To hold fast to Mr. Shermer's literary dream. Hi, my friend Dason. Dason, nice to meet you, my friend. Okay, Dason, Frenado, nice to meet you, my friend. Hi, this is Louis from Western China. I'm here to share you the book written by Chinese author Xuemo. Nice to meet you, my friend Dason. Dason, would you like to drink some tea? Would you like to drink some tea? The Chinese tea, okay? Actually, I love to drink the tea and the coffee. Especially when I get up early in the morning, I will drink some coffee to wake me up. Yeah. Now I'm going to share with you the story of our author Xuemo. How can he keep him waking up during when our author Xuemo waking up at 3 a.m. Yeah. So to hold fast to Mr. Xuemo's literary dream, Mr. Xuemo chose a reclusive life, staying away from worldly vanity and entertainment. Mrs. Shermer used and set an unshakable daily schedule, getting up at 3 o'clock earlier in the morning and resting at 11 o'clock at night without interruption of 2 decades. Actually, our author Shermer start waking up at the age of about 19. Yeah, that Mr. Shermer was studying in normal school in Wuwei City. Yeah, so Mr. Shermer said his daily life was simple but fulfilling, working to make a living. Uh, when Mr. Shermer graduated from normal school, Mr. Shermer became a teacher in Wuwei City. Okay, so working to make a living. So Mr. Shermer often, you know that as a teacher in China, they have many spare time for their further study and for their hobbies. Our author Shermer's hobby is writing and reading. Yeah, and also practicing spiritual cultivation. So Mr. Shermer is a little different from other writers in China. Mr. Shermer practicing the spiritual cultivation from 19, of actually is from 18 years old, when Mr. Shermer was in normal school. Yeah. So, and reading extensively and practicing the mature arts. Mr. Shermer can play the Kung Fu. Yeah. Daishan, do you know that Mr. Shermer is a Kung Fu master too? Okay, Kung Fu master. So also, and devoting himself to writing. So Mr. Shermer said that he is a writer. He is a writer. Mr. Shermer said, I devoted all my time to self-improvement and dream pursuit, leaving no room for anxiety and indulgence. The road of persistence is never smooth. During the 20 years of creating the desert challenges, Mr. Sherman said, I encountered a 5 years creating bottleneck. For a full 5 years, I could not write a single word, Mr. Sherman said. I also had this kind of periods in my life. Okay, I cannot write the essays for about totally 1 years. Okay, but it was an unbearable torment for a creator. Mr. Sherman once felt confused and lost, but Mr. Sherman never thought of giving up. Mr. Sherman said, I firmly believe that the wisdom and inspiration need preparations. When I couldn't write, Mr. Sherman said, when I couldn't write, I keep cultivating my mind and reading constantly and waiting for the burst of the inner wisdom and the flexible application of the spiritual insights to overcome the justness and the laziness. Mr. Sherman tried his best to discipline himself, even with an alarm set for 3 a.m. Mr. Sherman said, I still struggle to get up. So, do you know how to Mr. Sherman solve the problems? Do you know how Mr. Sherman solved the problems? Mr. Sherman said, okay, so I drank a lot of cool water before bedtime. The physiological urge would make me up before 3 o'clock. Mr. Sherman often said, I often dream of looking for a toilet repeatedly and finally woke up naturally. Yeah, starting my day of practice and writing on time. That is our author Sherman. waking up, how to make him wake up at 3 a.m. Okay, so long hours of sitting and thinking easily lead to the mental dullness. How Mr. Schumer can overcome that? How Mr. Schumer overcome that? Mr. Schumer said, to stay sober and focused, I pour the cool water on my hair all the years round. Even though in the freezing winter, the cool water frozen my hair instantly. Yeah, hi, code by Sharma. How's the video? Yeah, how's the video, my friend? Okay, Mr. Sharma said, can you imagine that? In the cool winter day, Mr. Sharma poured the cool water on his hair and pulled his head out of the window and suddenly, yeah, that's okay. That's okay. And suddenly Mr. Sharma's hair was frozen. Okay. See you. Have a nice day, called by Summer, my friend. Yeah, have a nice day, my friend. Okay. Okay. And that's the way Mr. Shem to keeping cool, keep his mind clear, and and the piercing code keep my mind clear and have me stay devoted to the creation. That is our author Shemo. Can you imagine that, my friend? Okay, Mr. Shemo always said to save time for learning and creation and to keep a simple heart. Mr. Chambers lived an extremely planned life. For years, Mr. Chambers said, I only drank the porridges brewed with the moonbeam power and cool water. Yeah. Mr. Chambers said, I abandoned material enjoyment and devoted all my energy to the spiritual growth. Mr. Chambers said, I never stopped progressing. In the following 9 years, Mr. maintained an extremely schedule, sleep only 4 hours a day. Ordinary people need 9 years to finish reading the 168 volumes of the Qinglong Tripitaka once. But Mr. Sharma said, but I studied it 3 times in 9 years, thoroughly observing the traditional Buddhist wisdom. Through the through the long-term practication, Mr. Sharma said, I finally absorbed our profound traditional culture and complete words such as the Buddha's wisdom. This book, 3 books, okay. The Buddha's wisdom, Mr. Sharma interpretation of the Diamond Sutra, and conveying ancient wisdom to heal modern anxiety. Okay, so that is our author Sharma. Okay, the great words never come overnight. Mr. Sharma said, I spent 10 years conceiving and 6 years of writing, totally 16 years of dedication to complete the first epic of Han nationality, Sosalam. Okay, so have you ever read the book of the Sosalam? That is, and this masterpiece contains nearly 90,000 lines of poetry and more than 1 million words. It's called because themes focus on humanity's endless pursuit of eternity. And the Sosalang tells the story of the lost soul and seeking salvation and returning to their spiritual home. This the Sosalang, the epic poetry of Sosalang is being translated by Holt Gobler and Sibyl Chong-Ling, the winner of Nobel Prize literature translator. Yeah, so Sosalang tells the story of the lost soul seeking salvation and returning to their spiritual home, the pure land of Sosalang. The war was all embracing, integrating ancient cosmic history, myths, and legends, a philosophical belief, destiny, world, and the future technologies, cre- centering on the Master Nigama, centering of the Master Nigama and the five powerful warriors, and it depicts their practice, depression, and awakening to the mortal world, and finally defeating the desire and the evil, and rebuilding their spiritual home, so salon. Yeah, rooting in the rooting in Confucianism, Buddhism, and Taoism, it explored the philosophy of the harmony between man and nature, enlightening, enlightening the mind and seeking one's true nature, transcending the self and achieving the greatness. It reflects profound thinking on real life and modern society. So, Mr. Schumer said, I love the classic, I love this classic story in China. Oh, you know that the white dragon horse and the donkeys, they are friends. Have you ever watched the novel of China, a person, okay, a Johnny West, yeah? The white dragon horse that traveled to the Western paradise, Tianzhu actually is Indian, yeah, in China. Beside that, there's Western paradise. And the donkey that turns the milestone every single day. Both of them walk non-stop. Both of the white dragon horse and the donkey walk non-stop every days of their life. But many years later, do you know what happens? Do you know what happens? The white dragon horse become heavenly deity, while the donkey only grew old and tired. Yeah. What made the huge gap? What made the huge gap? What made the huge gap? Okay. So it's so simple. It's so simple. You know that the horse had a clear purpose for every single step it took. It, it had a firm bout and a clear directions. And the donkey just walked around in a circles. Hi viewer, if you're new here, don't forget to subscribe my channel, my friend. This is Louis from Western China. I'm here to sharing you the book written by Chinese author Xuemo. So let's continue talk about the book, okay? And the donkey just walked in a circle with no goal and no vision. The efforts look exactly the same, okay? But their destination were totally different. The gap doesn't lie in hard work, but in persistent goal and unchanging faith. Of course, of course, the dreams and the vows means nothing without the real actions. A wise effort, a wish without effort is just a painted torch on the wall. Yeah, it looks bright, but it can never light up your life or get you out of the troubles. Yeah, many people have beautiful dreams and grand vows, but they refuse to endure loneliness and stick to daily practice. Remember, my friend, dreams can only shine. Dreams can only shine with persistent footsteps. Yeah. So always remember these truths. You follow your church light to walk through the dark nights, but the church itself cannot carry you forwards. It can only show you the way. Okay? So when you know that, reclaim the throne of your heart. When you reclaim the throne of your heart, you have to keep walking. Keep walking, okay? So the only thing that can lead you out of the darkness is your own footstep. No one can replace your growth. No one can accomplish your dreams for you. All splendor and transformation must be achieved by your own persistence. Okay, and keep moving steadily along the line. Don't be impatient. Don't rush for quick success. Hold fast to your faith, stick to your goal, and keep working day after day. Okay, slowly progress is better than no progress. Persistence will eventually rewrite your fate. Many of us resist impetuosity, and keep our original intentions and persistent in silent cultivation and meet a better self in the years of perseverance. Yeah. So that is the second step. When you reclaim the throne of your heart, you have to keep walking. Keep walking. That is so that it made our vote meaningful. Yeah. So many people they lose life suffering, and then they begin to ask the great questions of their life. What is life for? And why do I come into this world? And what am I living for? After I die, will anyone remember me beside my descendants? Are the things I have done in this life worthy of praise? And how am I different from all the ordinary busy people in the world? And why do I exist at all? In this life, everyone is like a feather, blown about by the wind of karma, drifting without support and direction. But some young people often think that wandering is not frightening. The greater meaning of life is too distant and vague. Mr. Sharma said, for a young age, I discovered impermanence, and this realization shaped my entire life. It made me understand that what I ought to do in this life, it is to write something beneficial to the world. Actually, our authorship's writing also beneficial to the world. For example, reclaim the throne of your heart can help the people to find the clarity in their life. For example, the essay, the mindful yoga series of the world is the reflection of the mind. This book saved a lot of people's life. Saved a lot of people's life. And this book has been saved a lot of people's life. For example, the Spanish translator Liliana Asoska. Okay, Liliana Asoska, also the translator, also translated this book into Spanish. Yeah. And then, do you know what happened to Liliana? How this book saved Liliana's life? Okay, in the years of 2000 and 2020, yeah, 2020, Liliana's mother just passed away because of the disaster, and 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 then and then Liliana cannot walk outside of her apartment. She have to stay at home. She just worry about the disaster caused her, and then and then Liliana got a mental crisis. She just worry everything around her. She just worry everything around her, and then Liliana remembered that she go to the Peking Book Fair in the 2019, and then she take a book of was written by our author Xuemo, The World is a Reflection of the Mind. And then after she read the book, she's becoming better. And then she emailed to our author Xuemo. She wanted to get the permission to translate this book into Spanish. And do you know what happens after Liliana finished her translation? Okay, her illness was cured by the translation, and her mental crisis was healing by the translations. That's why Liliana said this book is a life-saving book. Okay, the world is a reflection of mind. So Mr. Shum's writing, he just want to beneficial to the world, and also eternal love. Eternal love. Eternal love is a book about a dying person who got the tongue cancer, and the doctor says only have 2 or 3 months left to live. But under the guidance by our author, she almost lived for more 4 years. Although her body was in agony, but her mind was peaceful. And this book helped a lot of cancer patients get rid of their trouble and find the inner peace and find the inner balance. Okay, so that is why our author Sharma said to write something beneficial to the world. Yeah, Mr. Sharma said, my writing can help the people become calm and clear and joyful. People are better off after reading them than before. That is what I consider beneficial. Some people read the public novels and only become more negative, empathy, and get nothing at all. Okay, it is better not to waste precious time on such work. Yeah, that is that is what I call unbeneficial. The benefit my writing brings to the world is what I call the relatively eternal. To build something relatively eternal within impermanence is what I mean by the things was doing. Yeah, Mr. Sherman said, in my essays on the writer's spiritual cultivation, I wrote that the questioning of life's meanings in my youth once plunged me in a terrible sense disillusionment. Because I discovered the whole world is impermanent and nothing lasts forever. From a very young age, Mrs. Sherman found a lot of old people pass away. A lot of people pass away in these villages. So in Western China, when the people pass away, okay, they will select the tallest style to pay the to take the ceremony. Okay, actually that's not the ceremony. There's some kind of the yeah. There's some kind of ceremony. Yeah, okay, and then they will play the trumping and they will play the drum and some kind of music, the Taoist music. So I lived in this city for 4 years, for more than 4 years. I often listen this kind of music. When I listen this kind of music, and I thought, oh, some people just pass away, yeah. And our author, when Mishima was a very young boy, Mishima listened this kind of music, and he found the impermanence of life, yeah. So just because Mr. Schumer discovered the whole world is impermanent and nothing lasts forever. Yeah? Mr. Schumer said, I didn't understand if we all die in the end. What is the point of living? What is the meaning of living? This disillusionment changed only after Mr. Schumer encountered the Buddhism. Mr. Sharma said, when I read the Buddha, the Lord Buddha satisfying his body to feed a hungry tiger, okay, and giving his flesh to feed an hungry eagle, I suddenly found the meaning. That meaning is spirit. The tiger, the eagle, and the body have all turned to dust, and the tiger, the eagle, and the body will all disappear. But that spirit carried through story has been passed down to peoples across thousands of years. And the story illuminates the heart. And many people thus attain liberation from suffering. This is the meaning. This is the meaning, my friend. Yeah. But for those who indulge the sweetness of the mundane world and refuse to awake, never consider such questions. Only when life gradually reveals its true face do they begin to think about life. After all, youth, beautiful, beautiful things, and love will all change. None are eternal. Human beings transform constantly in the flow of time, full of endless energies when young, soon growing white hair, and their smooth skins wrinkling. People growing old day by day, and love fades from brilliant into ordinariness. People grow dissatisfied with the downness of life, marrying, having children, living living an ordinary life, and their joy and sorrow revolving around the house, one or two children, or a few cars. Will life just slip away silently along this standard path? At this moment, wise people begin to ask the great questions of life. What is life for? And why do I come into this world? And what am I living for? And after I die, will anyone remember me beside my descendants? Are the things I have done in this life worthy of praise? And how am I different from all the ordinary busy people from the world? And why do I exist at all? And he will also realize that the love is not the whole of her life, it's not the whole of the life. Yeah, even with love, he wants to understand the greater meaning of existence, his true values to the world, and his mission. Only then does he discover that this questioning is more important than love. And he also finds that both work and family carry unavoidable suffering, raising prices, the need to earn faster to live better. Pretty people at work often being exploited. Couples who vote to grow old together, quarreling fierce, quarreling fiercely over small things after marriages, especially having children. Especially having children. One unpleasant things follow another. That is what the Buddha called all conditioned things are suffering. Cigarettes and wine cannot dilute life's suffering. All nice laboring cannot reveal lifespan. Temporary success cannot hide it. Even the sweetness of love cannot make up for life's suffering. Whether we get whether we get what we pursue or not, suffering suffering in life is endless. Suffering is the very nature of the life. How I wish to be free from this endless pain. Once this thought arises, a faint sense of renunciation is born. One begins to seek liberation. Why is life so full of suffering? Because human desires keep expanding. As children, the happiness is so simple. Yeah. Okay. I remember when I was a kid, a candy can make me happy for a whole day. A candy. So when I was a kid, you know that the candy, okay, about 1 yuan, 1 yuan can take 20 candies. It means that 1 yuan can make me happy for 20 days. Okay. So when I was a kid, and then when I was a kid, I was dreaming I have 100 RMB. 100 RMB. It means that I can happy for how many days? Okay, for about 200 days. Okay, 200 days. So, but as a children, the happiness is simple. But when the people realize that they can process many things, they always want more, always want a better life. This is the beginning of falling into the net. This is the beginning of falling into the net. The so-called net is actually greed, hatred, delusion, pride, and the jealousy. They confuse us, prevent us from attaining peace and liberation, leaving us feeling unfree yet helpless. At this time, some pray to the Buddha, some pray to the Bodhisattva for salvation. Others begin to reflect on life and pursue the truth of existence. Especially when someone close suddenly pass away, they feel a strong shock, develop a sense of mission, and start searching for the faith. So I remember in 2021, in December, my father-in-law just passed away in my arm, and my wife's, okay, and my brother-in-law and my sister-in-law are all in the room. So I found the impermanence of the life. So I try to find the faith. I want to find some eternals in my life. So I come here to join our author Xuemo's team. Before I come to join our author Xuemo's team, I have already read Mr. Xuemo's book for about 5 years, and so in 2022, in 2022, I decided to quit my job and I come to our autonomous team. That is the reason why I'm here to sharing you the book written by Chinese author Xuemo, okay? So, let's continue to talk about the book, okay? The so-called net was actually greed, hatred, delusion, pride, and jealousy. They confuse us, prevent us from attaining peace and reparation, leaving us feeling unfree yet helpless. At this time, some pray to the God, some pray to the Buddha, some pray to the Bodhisattva. They pray for salvation. Others begin to reflect on life and pursue the truth of existence. Especially when someone close suddenly passes away, they feel a strong shock, develop a sense of mission, and start searching for faith. When they see relatives and friends who were talking and laughing yesterday and suddenly die today, they perceive the impermanence of life. I'm going to show you a true story in our authorship team. Miss Chen, she is a very excellent editor. She's an excellent editor in our team. And then about more than 12 years ago, more than 15 years ago, yeah. And then her husband just talked to her 3 hours ago, 3 hours ago, and 2 hours later, she got a phone call from her husband's friend that her husband was passed away in the football field while she was playing the football. Yeah. So can you imagine that? That is the impermanence of life. You don't know when it happens. We don't know when it happens. Yeah. So a sense of life change science arises and they realize death is not far away. That hi, Hi, Supergirl from heaven, my friend. Yeah, you want the comic, the comics, yeah, to build the manga, the kingdom, yeah. So you can find the books of our author Xuemo's Sosalang. Now I'm going to sharing you some of the let's see. I have where's my phone? I cannot find my phone right here. Yeah. I don't know where is my phone, okay? I'm going to sharing you some of our author Shim's book, So Salam, okay? Supergirl from the heaven, my friend. Nice to meet you, my friend. Yeah, nice to meet you. If you're new here, don't forget to subscribe our channel, my friend. Yeah. So let's continue talk Supergirl from the heaven. And maybe you know that here we also have the cartoon version of the word is the reflection of the mind in Chinese. Yeah. And also you can find the Sosalang, my friend. The Sosalang. Okay. And this book is about it's about the planet building book. Okay, Sosalang. So you can search Sosalang. You can search you can search Xuemo on internet and you will find the books of Sosalang. Okay, my friend. Yeah, Supergirl from heaven. Are you from Japan? Are you from Japan? Are you from Japan? Mr. Schumann told me that the cartoon company in Japan got the copyrights to transform to take the books of Sosalang into cartoon. Yeah, that is about planet building topics of the books. Okay, my friend Supergirl from heaven, my friend. So let's continue to talk about the book. Let's continue to talk about the book. Yeah, and the people they thought and the people realized that the death is not far away. They may think, what will happen to the house he bought a mortgage? What about his wife and children and his parents? Decades later, will anyone remember what kind of person he was? They may also They may also notice. They will also notice that the park before them was once a battlefield where the heroes fought filled with war and blood. Yet today is a peaceful park for picnics. Yeah. So I'm going to share you a real story in China. A boss in China, a very famous boss in China. She, she worked day and night and to make the money to make his company running well. And he take a beautiful car. He take a lot of beautiful car. And then he didn't have time to drive the car. So the man hired a driver to take the car for his wife and his son. And do you know what happens? And do you know what happens? And the man also have a very beautiful house. And then he hired the people to clean the house. And he didn't live in the beautiful house, and he lived in the company day and night and working hard. Okay, and years later these people was exhausting to death, exhausting to die. And do you know what happens? You know what happens? The beautiful car he bought was belong to the driver, and his wife are also belong to his driver, and his son are calling his driver dad. Can you imagine that? So that's the truth. That's the truth. That's the realities. Yeah. Those who struggle dissipated left no choice. In the face of the life's impermanence, what meanings to come free and struggle have beside bringing pain? It was precisely after witnessing death repeatedly that Sakamuni felt deeply shaken and developed renunciation and gave up his throne and began to see the truth. And began to see the truth. Yeah? When you understand all this, when you understand all this, you will taste the suffering of the mundane world, slowly contemplating the pain of impermanence. Hey, hey, my friend Daniel, nice to meet you. Okay, long time no see. How is the video today? How is the video today? Today we use a new phone, and some people said the video is not so good. Okay, for about 1 month. Now I use another phone for the live sessions. Yeah. Hi, Daniel. Would you like to drink some tea? I have the tea right here. I made the tea this morning, and I made the tea before the live sessions. So I will love the black tea so much. Yeah. Before the live session, I will drink some tea. I will drink some tea, the black tea. Okay. How about you? We like to drink some tea. Okay, that's great. The video is good. That's great. Yeah. Okay, how's anything, Daniel? How's anything? How is your company? Uh, Kevin told me that you start your company. Yeah. How is your company? Yeah. Really? Really? Are you sure? You want cool coffee? Okay, actually, the cool coffee is not good for our stomach. It's not so good for our stomach. So sometimes you can drink some hot coffee, okay, my friend? The cold coffee is not so good for our body, for especially for our stomach, okay? So I would suggest you to drink some hot water or hot coffee, okay? So let's continue talk about the book, okay? Let's continue talk about the book of the reclaim the throne of your heart, okay? Daniel, if you're working hard, just take a rest, okay? Take a rest. Okay, I just shared a story that a man in China, a businessman in China, okay, he bought a very beautiful house, and he didn't have time to live in the beautiful house. So the businessman hired the people to clean the house for him, and the people live in his beautiful house, and he was working hard to make the money, and then she got a lot of beautiful cars, and he didn't have time to drive the car. So he hired a driver to drive the car for carrying her wife, for carrying her, her kids. But years later, this business this businessman was exhausted to death, to die, and then the beautiful house are belong to others, and also her beautiful car are belong to others too, and her wife are, are remarried, and her wife remarried to the driver, and her son are calling the driver dad. So that is the truth, my friend. Yeah. When you understand all this, and you will taste the suffering of the mundane world, slowly completing the pain of impermanence, and you will see through the world, develop a strong sense of renunciation, and some will then begin to practice, seeking the true liberation. Yeah. So you must understand the world is impermanent, and the life is a great illusion. Yeah. So, for example, 3 years ago, I just met my cousins uh, in during the trimming festival. But 2 years later, I got the bad news from her, from my from my nephew, that my cousin was passed away because of cancer. Yeah, yeah. You must understand the world is impermanent. Life is a great illusion. Remarried to a driver, yeah. So you have to know that when impermanence strikes, nothing is relatable except faith. All things are combined by the cause and conditions, constantly changing. Yeah. So therefore, you must make the great vows using the power of commitment to strengthen your faith in practice. You know that the practice, the mm, the the enlightenment cultivation is so hard. Mr. Sherman said, Mr. Sherman always told us, during these 20 years of cloister Muhammadja yoga practice, he cannot see a thread of hope. The only thing is the boring and the painful life. He cannot see a thread of hope during 20 years, but our Order Sherman just insists on his practice. And just because Mr. Sherman made a great vow before his 20 years cloister Muhammadja yoga practice, Mr. Sherman said, the only ways for me to do. Okay, the only ways to do for our author Xuemo when he go to the to the to the recite chamber, yeah, to the recite chamber, yeah. Marina says okay. So Daniel, I'm going to sharing your bad news. Okay, about 1 month before, yeah, that's 1 month before. My mother-in-law just passed away, and then I come back home. I come back home with my wife. Okay, yeah. So about at that period, just the summer camp. So I come back home for a whole week to solve the problems. Yeah, it's okay. It's okay. It's okay. So I think I think my teacher will take my mother-in-law to a nice place. Yeah, and also my mother-in-law, she has the faith. Okay, she has the faith, even though she was okay. That's okay. That's okay, my friend. Daniel, you know that my mother-in-law, he just lied in bed for totally 3 years, and then and the nurse nanny and the nursing nanny will take care of her. Okay, and my brother-in-law is taking care of her for totally 3 years. So I think that is a good ending for her. That's a good ending for her, my friend. Yeah. So I come back home, and my wife and Melina, she also come back home too. Okay. So we solved the problems for totally 1 week, and we take the ceremony of the Buddhism. We take the ceremony of the Buddhism. You know that. You know that. Um, Molina's aunt. Molina's aunt is a, how to say that? Yeah. Molina's aunt, she take the ceremony. She take the ceremony with her team. Yeah. So let's continue to talk about this book. Okay. Let's continue to talk about this book. Okay. Mr. Xuemo, and she, before the 20 years closed down her Muja yoga practice, Mr. Xuemo made a great vow. There are only two ways for him when he stopped the cultivation, when he stopped the enlightenment cultivation. Okay, die, die in the chamber, or got the enlightenment wisdom. So, so before the beginners have not very mutual in mind, you know that? Their faith is weak. They may face many obstacles. For example, they give up many worldly pleasures, yet see no sign of liberation, no hope, and no joy in practice. At this time, at this time, life may feel desolate, cold, and tedious, and painful. No one guides them, no one shows the way. It is like sinking into sand, unable to move forward quickly. This is a painful state, like the thirst without water, or pursuing a girl who remains cold for a long time, almost falling into despair. In dreams, they long for light and awakening, yet see no brightness, no warmth. Their heart feels as if fallen into the snow fear. They cannot help asking, have I devoted myself fully only to gain on such loneliness and pain? Do I regret it? If regret arises at this moment, practice cannot be continued. That is why regret is called. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you so much. Yeah, thank you so much. Okay. Yeah, I know that you will become busy. You become busy. You know that. Just like Kevin told me that you just stop your company. Okay. Yeah. Okay. But that's okay. That's okay. I know that the friends that it means that we can meet each other every day, but we just in our mind there has a place for our friends, my friend Daniel. Yeah. So let's continue to talk about the book. Okay, let's continue to talk about the book. If regret arises at this moment, practice cannot be continued. That is why the core is regret is the mind retrogression. Yeah. Regret is the mind of retrogression, the greatest enemies of practice. For examples, if you wholeheartedly pursue a girl but who are rejected for a long time, continuing may one day win her heart. If you give up halfway, you lost the chance entirely. Practice is the same. Therefore, you must make vows at the very beginning of your practice, swearing to reach a certain goal. Then, like someone deeply in love, take the Dharma, the truth, as the beloved of your whole life. Vote to follow it, to pursue it, whether it leads. Yeah, whether awake or asleep, whatever you do, maintain that enthusiasm, focus, and passions. With such purpose, concentration, and devotion, and devotion, you will not easily regret your choice and develop the mind retrogression. Yeah, you must understand the world is impermanent. Life is a great illusion. When impermanence strikes, nothing is relatable except faith. All things are combined by causes and conditions. Yeah, constantly changing. Therefore, you must make the vows. You must make the great vows, using the power of commitment to strengthen your faith in practice. Even if you fall into poverty and become a beggar, you will not abandon the true faith and never regrets. Hey, Wendy is okay, and Jan is okay. Yeah, they remember you, my friend Daniel. Okay, so Mr. Xuemo just go to another city. Okay, yesterday to have a meeting, okay, and to meet an old friend, Yeah, that is our author Xuemo. Yeah, Jen is okay, and Joy is in Beijing. Joy is the host of the of the Mr. Schumer's dialogue with the scholar every week. Every week, yeah, you know that every week Mr. Schumer have a conversation with the scholar over the world, all over the world, and Joy is one of the hosts, and Jan, let's see, Crystal or Jan, and I want to join one meeting with Mr. Schumer. Yeah. Uh, so you want to take the schedule, yeah? So first you have to find a translator. You know that you have to make a PPT to take the lectures. Okay, a lot of scholar when they talk to Mr. Sherman, they talk about Mr. Sherman's book and do and write the papers and do the research of our author Sherman. Yeah, so we got a lot of knowledges from the dialogue, from the meeting. Yeah, we got a lot of knowledges every Sunday evening packing time from 8 to 10 o'clock. So Mr. Sherman have a meeting. Yeah, yeah. So you can you email to Joy? Can you email to Joy and Joy arrange the scholar to have a conversation to our author Sherman? Yeah, Joy. Yeah, Joy. Yeah, so I will talk to Joy, okay, and to email you. So and talk about it. Every week we have the topic. Every week we have the topic. Yeah, a lot of scholars they do the research of our author Sherman's work, and then have a conversation with our author Sherman from on via the Zoom. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So I will give your email address to Joy. Okay, and then Joy will connect with you. Okay. She arranged the scholar. Okay. So let's continue to talk about the book. Okay. Let's continue to talk about the book of the Reclaim the Throne of Your Heart. This book, it can give you the guardian that, okay, listen word, okay? This book can give you the guardian to become the master of your mind, to become the master of your destiny. Hi, viewer, if you're new here, okay? Yeah, okay. The officer email ID is the, let's see, Xuemo, can you see that? Dot Xuemo 1963 at 163.com. Okay, Xuemo 1963 at Xuemo.com. Okay, at 163.com. Yeah, So a lot of scholar, uh, first they will talk to Joy, and Joy will arrange the scholar to have a conversation with our author Xuemo. Yeah. So this book, it can give us the guidance how to become the master of your mind, how to become the master of your destiny. Yeah. Reclaim the throne of your heart is a wisdom guide that focuses on the mind and the nature of the mind. Teach you modern individual how to transform from slave of the external world into master of their own mind. Mr. Sherman regards cultivating spiritual autonomy as the most important practice in life and distilled the traditional Muhammadan yoga into form of mindful yoga that is easily understood by contemporary readers. Yeah. Okay, Daniel, have you got the email address, the email ID? Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Hi. So let's continue to talk about the book. Let's continue to talk about the book. With such purpose, concentration, and devotion, you will not easily regret your choice and develop your mind retrogression. You must understand the world is impermanent. Life is a great illusion. I email you. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Okay. See you. Have a nice day. See you. Have a nice day. Pikachu, I love your new name. I love your new username. Okay, Pikachu. Okay, have a nice day. Goodbye, my friend. Have a nice day. Yeah, see you, my friend.